Sisters, I've been dating this guy for 5 years. I'm in love with him and never loved anyone like this before. I do everything humanely possible to make sure that I am the best girlfriend ever. Sisters, can you imagine I take care of this guy like my own son? I buy him clothes, I pay for his rent, I feed him. But the problem is, I feel this guy doesn't respect me enough. He talks to me anyhow, treats me anyhow, comes back to say sorry because he knows that I'll forgive him. Now, recently, he did something that makes me feel really bad. He bought a bag for me and later told me that his younger brother said he wanted it. He asked that I give it back. Although I disagreed, he still went ahead and took it anyway. He came back to apologize and promised to get me another one. 1 week later, he asked me to lend him 100 Ghana cedis, which I did. The next day, he didn't pay back the money. And since I didn't have any money, I pleaded with him to give me just 5 cedis to buy some food. Now, this guy gave me 20 cedis in the evening. And when I asked for the balance, he told me I should take note that the 5 cedis he gave me earlier was part of the money. Now, sisters, will someone who claims they love and respect you treat you in such a manner? Anytime I complain to his mother, she tells me to stay with her son because the next person I date may be worse off. Who does this to their girlfriend? I can't complain to his father because he is worse and his mother is always complaining about how badly he treats her. Sisters, do you think I should leave this guy? Am I wasting my time with him? I think they're taking advantage of me because my parents are rich. Please advise. Now, I will cut straight to you, Olivia, for you to probably weigh in first on this relationship question.
Okay, my take is, I mean, you kind of know the answer. You're doubting yourself, and I don't want you to doubt yourself. Clearly, the signs are out there. You can tell that he's taking advantage of you because you're coming from a well-to-do family. So he's not treating you with the respect that you need, the respect that you require. And for me, sometimes love can be overrated. I say this time and time again. And I know it's hard, and I know that it's easier said than done. But love doesn't have to be like that. Love isn't like that. When somebody loves you, they're very empathetic of you and they treat you the same way they expect to be treated. So here's a situation whereby you're paying for everything for this guy. He doesn't appreciate it. He's gone through the trouble. He's bought you something and he's come back to you and told you that his brother wants it. So then again, he hasn't sat back to even reflect and look at the fact that all this while, you are the one who's been sacrificing for him. You've been paying his fees. You've been doing this. And this one time that he bought you one bag, his relative wants it, and he didn't even stop. He's like, immediately, you don't matter. You have money. So whatever it is, he doesn't care. So yeah, he's going to give it to his brother. For me, I don't think that's good. Relationships are hand go, hand come. It's supposed to be reciprocal, and he's not reciprocating your love. So if you ask me, I don't think it's a relationship that you should be in. Yes, there's the fear of the unknown. You don't know what your next relationship is going to be like. But my dear, if you don't leave this one that's clearly not heading anywhere, how do you know what your chances are in the next relationship? Trust me, you just started off as boyfriend, girlfriend, and he's not even manning up. At this point, he should be wanting so much to prove a point to you that he really loves and appreciates you and gives you a bit of his love. But here's a case whereby 20 CDs is even an issue. Now it's money issues when he is giving out. So in a nutshell, I'm just going to cut to the chase. In a nutshell, I honestly don't think that's a relationship you should be in. Because how many years down the line, what's going to happen? Are you going to pay for your own wedding? Are you going to pay for your own, when you guys have a baby, are you going to pay for your own naming ceremony? Like, it trickles down. So I really don't think that's a relationship you should be in. But once you leave this relationship, give yourself time to heal, reflect, and then decide what you want in your next relationship. Have standards and stand by them, and you'll be fine.
All right. So Olivia thinks that, basically this is not a relationship for you to be in. What about you, Tina? What's on your mind? What do you think?
Well, it sounds to me like a one-sided relationship, and the guy definitely is somebody who is stingy, and he also keeps record of things or money that's, monies that people owe him, yet he doesn't give out or dish out to others. Now, for me, what I would say is that you only weigh the situation and you say you don't know who else is out there who will treat you better. If the thing is not weighty, if it's just a flimsy excuse or it's something that can be dealt with, then fine, deal with it and don't say that, okay, the people out there may not be any better. But this one, clearly, it's a red flag. Okay, you have money. You are coming from a place where you are wealthy, and this guy is not. And he's not even sharing in the little that he has. There's a saying that so if in the little that he has, he can't even share with you, and he's keeping records of 5 cedi, 10 cedi, 20 cedi. I mean, I don't think it's a healthy relationship. He's got the fundamentals wrong, and if he can't do this fundamental thing, it's a reflection of the big things which are yet to come.
Right.
So it's either you have a conversation with him and you say that, listen, I don't understand why ABCD. Give him maybe some weeks or months, just observe him and see how things go. If they repeat themselves, if it repeats itself, then you can just take yourself out of the equation. Or you can say that, listen, I'm not even going to waste time because this has happened since the inception of the relationship and I can't deal with it anymore. So please don't fool yourself. Anything that is happening now would escalate later in the relationship, especially during marriage. You are not married now. Don't waste time.
Alrighty. When the fundamentals are weak, the relationship will expose you. All right. So, Rosina, let's hear what you think on this particular subject.
I don't think there's a relationship. I mean, or even just a relationship, it's a mother-son relationship that's going on, not boy-girlfriend relationship. Sometimes we are different people with different temperaments. So there are certain people who just love to give care, to show care, not just to their boyfriends, but even to their friends. Like, they're quick to be the one to provide solutions, to dote out money, to pay the bill, to buy something, to sort something out, to sort something out for somebody. That's just them. That's just how they are. There are people like that. But you see, when it comes to a relationship, it's important that you stay the woman in a relationship. I don't know that you understand. It's important that you stay the woman in the relationship. And it's important that you don't just give things off anyhow in the relationship just because you want to keep. Because, for instance, in her opening statement, she made a statement like, oh, you've done so many things for him, but men, men love women because they love them. It has nothing to do with what you are doing or what you are not doing. That's why you can have a woman cook, clean, do everything for a man. When he's ready to get married and you're not it, you are not it. Simple. He can get married to somebody who cannot cook and he likes it. So I'm just saying that, look, if a man wants you, he wants you, and you can see it. It's clearly written on the wall. But this is the case. You seem to be putting in a lot of effort and he just keeps going into a bottomless pit. So you buy him things, he doesn't appreciate it. He's always taking you for granted. Look, that bag, let me ask you, how did his brother even know that he had bought you a bag? He didn't say he wanted it. Do you understand? So I'm saying that, look, is it that he has to, even for things that he even wants to do for you, he probably needs to run it by his parents. And you know what? I'm so disappointed in his mother. Which mother would want for his son a woman who takes care of him? Now, if such a woman happens to be his mother, then my question is that taking this relationship further is only going to get deeper and deeper in what's happening. It's just going to get worse. It means that, like Tina said, you're going to, or Olivia, I don't know whether it's Olivia or Tina, you're going to pay for the wedding, you're going to pay for your own outdooring, you're going to pay for your kids' fees, you're going to pay for your rent. If you have to buy a house, you are going to buy it. Yeah,
Yeah.
you probably finance him and even finance him and the actual woman he probably really truly cares for. So for me, thinking that there's no better person out there is so not because there's this is just not it.
Right.
I'm sure there are thousands of people better than this one. This is not a relationship you should waste your time, your energy, your breath, your money on. Just walk out. This man doesn't love you. This man doesn't appreciate you. This man certainly doesn't want you. He's made no effort whatsoever to make you feel good. If you've given him 100 cities, pay back the 100 cities. 100 cities isn't that much money. This is an opportunity for him to prove that, well, it's just because I don't have the money. But if I had it, I'll give you everything and give you back that 100.
Right.
And even that 20 that he gave you, that would be an extra bonus for you to feel like, okay, when he does make it or when he does have money, he's going to spend on you. But the way he's going, even declaring 5 cities, it means that there is no way he's going to want to spend anything on you. So, my dear, this is not a relationship.
Alrighty.
You haven't given birth yet. So stop looking after a grown baby. I beg you. I would opt out. I would even think twice.
Right. And it sounds very obvious. So all the sisters are singing the same song, and I need to add my voice. I mean, I even doubt that, in fact, he took the bag for his sister, his brother. I'm really not sure. But certainly a man who can't seem to up his game may not necessarily be the man for you, because you obviously seem to have things going. I mean, even if it's not that much, you seem to be in a better position. And I feel like at the end of the day, the man's ego just may ruin the little relationship that you guys have going, because if you're constantly being the one taking care of him, at some point things are going to dovetail when his ego kicks in or can't stand how things are panning out. So this relationship, we're not so sure. Think about it again, my dear sister, and thank you for messaging the show.